everybody. I think it's time to get this started. Hopefully you can all hear me okay. I'll turn down the music a little bit. testing, testing, testing. Hello, hello, testing. Hello, 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 testing, testing, testing. Levels, right? Gotta have levels. Okay, testing once again. Testing, 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 testing. Just testing for the audio levels. Make sure everything is good there. Okay, everyone, thanks for bearing with me. I think we are ready to get started. Hello, my name is Jonathan, and today I'm going to do something that I've never done before. I've never streamed before, and this is my first ever stream. And so this is just a test, and I thought I'd take all of you out there who cared enough to watch along for the ride. So, without further ado, I've got Minecraft booted up here, and let's see how this goes together, shall we? Now, I was thinking, for this first stream, what I'd like to do is something that is going to be new for me, and that is going into the hardcore mode. I think this is going to be very interesting. So we're going to have a default world, and we're going to go hardcore mode, and we're going to see how this goes. I'm very, very excited to see how all of this shakes out. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I think let's go ahead and hop into Minecraft hardcore mode. This is going to be very interesting. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with what distinguishes hardcore mode from regular Minecraft is hardcore mode is a one life only save. So if I die, I am dead, and this whole world is no longer. This is going to be a real challenge, and let's see how it goes, shall we? Okay, I have emerged in a desert of many natures. This is remarkable. Now, any Minecraft player will tell you the very first thing that you should do upon arriving in a new world is find some trees to punch. Trees to get wood, and we use the wood to make our first rudimentary tools. So this is going to be mission find some trees, and already, oh my goodness, look at that. We have a pillager encampment of some kind right here. Uh-oh. This is not good for someone who's only just spawned in. Let me get the heck out of here. Otherwise, we're gonna have to do this whole world over again. Like a whole new world. Okay, looks like we've got some more vegetables here. Hopefully we'll have some better luck. What a remarkable thing to spawn next to right off the bat, but this is hardcore, so you know, you should definitely expect a challenge. And it looks like we have some sort of desert temple over there as well. Wow. Okay. Well, there's no really elegant way to say that I'm running away from this pillager, but I am running away from this pillager. Because right now I have no means of defending myself. Okay, well, thankfully we made it. And I don't think a guy down there will be able to follow us. In fact, I don't see him. Oh, he is still there. Fortunately, he won't be a threat so long as we're up here. Now, let's go punch some trees and make some tools, shall we? Do it. Got to be extra careful of these obstacles here. Losing life at this stage could be a big problem. Okay, that's our first tree down. We are going to need all of that in order to survive the night that is coming. Okay, now, this location that I'm in now, I must say I don't love it. It does feel rather exposed, but right now, I'm not seeing many better options to set up camp, although I will investigate over here, because it seems as though we have a village of some kind over here as well. This is a very lively part of the world, a desert temple, a pillager encampment, and a whole village on this side, too. Wow, so maybe we've actually gotten lucky here. Having a village nearby will certainly aid in our odds of surviving the first couple of nights. So let's go check out this village and see what we got here. This is really cool. Okay. Well, this is clearly a village of the savannah. I believe is the biome that we're in now. Very interesting. Okay, well, this will definitely be our checkpoint, at least for the first night, as we figure out where we stand with everything else here. And I think with that established, I'm going to go do a little bit of exploring. See what else is in this remarkable desert that we've spawned into. Really incredible. We've got a, oh my, look at this. That is quite a cavern, ladies and gentlemen. That is quite a cavern. Now, I'll admit, I'm way too nervous about going in there with nothing, which is what I have right now, but that is definitely worth some exploration later on. Let's see what's happening over here. Well, I'm gonna need some food pretty soon. Let me turn back, actually. Because I am clearly in need of some food. Also, it appears as though there's a fire happening over here. I wonder what's causing this. Ah, a lava pool. Must be very careful around there. And what appears to be a rather treacherous ravine. I say, okay. Well, let's circle back to the village and get ourselves set up with some tools, shall we? Oh, I'm walking right past the village. Look at that. Okay. Well, here we go. I guess we can take up residence in here for now. Let's see if there's any more spacious abodes to check out. This is a bit nicer. Yes, this could work. I think this could very much work. Let's see, we have in here, we've got a bundle. Oh, this is one of the new features, very exciting, and some bread. We've been needing that. Let's have that bread. And I think we can see what we can do here. How about we go ahead and put that up there, and then we just remove this. Okay, so step one. We need to get ourselves some wooden planks. With the wooden planks, we can make a crafting table. And this crafting table, this simple 4 wooden plank creation, opens up a world of possibilities for us. For now, I'm going to make some more planks. And we're also going to need some sticks. And then we can craft all manner of tools. Such as an axe, a pickaxe, and a sword. We will need all of these things for our further adventurings. Okay. Now, the sun is coming down. This is going to be very interesting as the first night approaches, and there are certainly going to be beds in this village that we can, shall we say, commandeer for our own use. Believe me, we will need them in these hostile environments. Now, of course, we never want to steal a bed, but sometimes that's what's necessary. As we take up residence in this really lovely village. Most hospitable. There we are. And just like that, this hut that we've taken over is now home sweet home. As night falls. Uh-oh. Well, this is a bit awkward. Oh dear. Well, we're going to have to remove the villagers from the bed that I've stolen. I can understand the confusion. It seems they have not yet realized that this is now my home. But there we are. And with that, a new day is upon us. Alright, well, I think today we're going to make some further investigations into the wilds. And let's see what we can do here, because of course, our goal here in surviving is to not just live in this village. Oh no, we have to go far beyond and see what else there is to see. So, here we go. Let's head back into the savannah first, I think. Now, unfortunately, we are going to need some beef. Food is going to be essential to our further explorations, so that's what we're going to do. And these steaks will do nicely to that end. Uh-oh. Ooh. Well, this is admittedly a little bit awkward. can't be taking careless falls like that. Alright, further into the and I think it's high time we did a little bit of mining in this Minecraft playthrough. So here we go. Let's see if we can find some good cliff faces that would present us with a good opportunity to begin mining. Oh, I say, these are new. Ah, yes, I see a cave system now. This could work nicely. If we're going to build a house of our own, starting with some stone would be greatly advisable, and some coal as well for torches. All of these things will be useful as we make more progress in this hardcore run. Let's see if this leads anywhere. No, apparently not. Uh-oh. But there are other things that live in these wilds. And we will need to get ourselves better armored if we're going to face them. For now, I think let's head back. Better safe than sorry. And we'll come back tomorrow with a new game plan. Because I can already tell, the sun will be down before long. In fact, we can chop down some of these trees that are closer to the village here. Some more wood is never a bad idea. Okay, we still have a little bit of time, so let's keep chopping, shall we? All of this will be useful to us later on. Okay. Well, let's head back and take stock, shall we? There we go. Giving the bed some elevation, I think, could help alleviate this confusion. Now, what I'm interested in is, while we still have a little bit of daylight left, might do a bit more exploration. Got some good meat here. Now let's see if we can't cook some of this meat here. Alright, this is working very well. Okay, let's put some of the mutton on there. And then some of the pork chop. Wonderful. Well, I'll take back the rest of my wood, and I think it's finally time now for bed. let's get ready for a new day, shall we? Now I realize I don't want to play all of this a little too safe, so we are going to be venturing out and doing a bit more today. Today is now day 3 of our time here in this world, and I'm still alive, so feeling pretty good about that, at least. And now, unlike yesterday, we actually have some food. And I'm seeing a big, lovely cliff face that we can get lots of cobblestone from. We're going to need plenty of that. So, let's head over. I must say, the leaves in Minecraft, which are a new thing, are quite beautiful. And here we've got a lovely flower grove as well. I think I'll collect some of these flowers. Add a touch of class when I make my own house. Okay, after that little detour, let's go on and do some proper mining in Minecraft. Oh, I'm seeing some coal here. An excellent place to start. Lots of coal means lots of torches, also boosts our ability to use furnaces and smokers and things of that nature. So all of this will be very much useful. The more torches we have, the more we can light up the landscape, rendering it safe from all of the monsters out there that would surely do us harm and imperil this hardcore run. And there's quite a lot of coal to be had right here. that's the end of our first pickaxe. We got some cobblestone, which means we can come back with a stone pickaxe. And I think that's exactly what we're going to do. For now, we'll head back home. Okay, wonderful. Well, I think with that, we can head back out there. Let's see if we can't bridge over, shall we? Uh-oh. Need that back. Well. Gonna need a little bit more. Maybe a fair bit more. There we go. We'll finish the bridge, and then I think it'll probably be time for bed. And we will head into day 4. Boy, this bridge is costing a fair bit more wood than I thought. But we're almost there. Quite soon it'll be time to head back. We don't want to be out here too late with what's spawning out there. Wonderful. Well, now we have a very convenient bridge to use to get across. That will be much to our benefit in the future. Uh-oh. Already we have zombies that are on the move. So let's hop into bed as quickly as we can. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to day 4. With a new day, the zombies are burning to ash, and we are free to continue our work. And our work today will be more mining. We need to get more materials. Uh-oh. That's not good. Now the skeletons, the good news is the skeletons are also going to burn. All we have to do is make sure we don't get shot. Needless to say, some iron for armor would also be greatly appreciated. So, with that, let's get back to it. Now, was it up here where we were mining? I think it was. Okay. Well, the excavation continues. Okay, so this appears to be the top of this particular mountain. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh! Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I do believe this is our first iron. Exactly what I need. Okay. Oh, and here's some more. Beautiful. This is exactly what I'm looking for. We love it when iron exists right at the top. Makes it very easy to mine. Let's see, is there anything else in this up top here that could be useful to us? So far, this stone pickaxe has been an excellent investment, a really excellent investment. And it will only get better when we are able to more widely deploy iron tools and weapons and armor. Oh, here's even more coal. We are going to have a massive amount of coal, ladies and gentlemen. And up here, we also got an excellent view of that desert fortress. And we know the pillagers exist just beyond that. Even more coal up here. Wonderful. Now, my next priority is just good old-fashioned raw cobblestone. We're gonna need it in order to build our own permanent house. So I think we'll just start leveling off the top of this mountain here. It's rarely the most exciting part of Minecraft, but doing this diligent work of getting cobblestone will pay dividends later on, ladies and gentlemen. This is the stuff we need. So we'll just go ahead and take as much of this cobblestone as we can in the time that we have here today. We can get ourselves a full stack or two of this cobblestone. That's going to provide an excellent foundation for the house that we intend to build. And based on what we've seen so far, I think I already have a spot in mind for where it should go. But we'll investigate a few sites before we lay down permanent roots. Uh-oh. There goes our first stone pickaxe. Well, I don't have a crafting table up here, but the good news is I can always make a second. And we should have all the materials we need, yes we do, to make another. There we are. And we're right back in business. Alright, well the good news is we're getting a lot of good cobblestone out of this. All of this will be put to good use, I assure you. Even if I must confess it doesn't make for the most riveting viewing. But I appreciate you sticking with me all the same. Oh, our next pickaxe is done. And I think we're quickly coming up on the time when we should be getting out of here. So I think let's try to finish up this row and then get back home before those monsters come back. And then with all this cobble, all we'll have to do tomorrow is get a bit more wood, and then we can start scouting sites for the house. So let's just finish up here. Okay. That is a load of good cobblestone for us. We'll take down the crafting table, bring that with us, and we will head on back. It's definitely time to leave, I think, ladies and gentlemen. So let's head on back. And carefully, too. We don't want to accidentally take a fall that's a little bit bigger than expected. Alright, lots of good mining today. We got iron, we got cobblestone, and lots of it. Now all we gotta do is make it back. Alright, a new day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's pack up our cobblestone, save that for later. Lots of coal as well. The iron. And let's get ready to head back out there. Our objective today, I think, is going to be getting some more wood. We've got the cobble, now let's get the wood. And I could think of no better tool for the task than a stone axe. We saw how good the stone pickaxe was. Now let's get to work with the stone axe. And there is lots of wood to be chopped over here. Oh, and on this side, but let's not get bombed by that creeper. We don't want that. Uh-oh. There are more monsters over here than I thought. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Oh, let's get out of here. Huh? Oh! There it is. Oh my goodness. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there we have it. Just like that, and that's hardcore. It's tough. It's very tough. But that's what we have for right now. Okay, well, I'm not just going to leave you there, of course. You know, I'm no quitter. We're going to head back in, and we're going to try something new is what we're going to do. So, that was interesting. But we're gonna, now that we have that valuable experience, let's try something else and see how we do there. And once again, we're in this now. We're gonna try. And it's too bad because despite the challenges, we had a pretty good setup there as well, with the village, having that place ready to go. I think we were making some good progress, but that's okay. It's all a valuable learning experience. But it just goes to show you how dangerous a lot of these monsters are. We really cannot play around. We cannot play games. Well, here we are in a new world. And this is very different from the worlds we had before. This seems to be a woodland area. Remarkable. A totally different climate than what we saw before. Well, you know the drill. Let's start punching some trees and let's get to work. Okay. Those are our. Let's see what else we have going on over here. Oh, look at this. A frozen lake. This is just beautiful. Wonderful. Okay. Well, I think we'll get some more logs, and then we'll see what we can do about getting our basic tools. Okay. This is a heavily forested area. Remarkable. Okay. Okay, well... Oh, we're through the ice. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have to start somewhere. Of course, there is abundant wood to be had here, but I'm not seeing obvious mining just yet. But sometimes the mining opportunities are not so obvious. Look at how expansive this forest is, my word. Okay, well, we better get started here. Where should we set up shop, do you think? Area seems pretty much like the other area in this forest. Oh, here's a much larger body of water. Wow. Much larger body of water. Let's check out what this structure is over here. This seems rather interesting. Why can't I shake the feeling that there is something about this that... Well, ladies and gentlemen, for better or worse, we have found shelter. And not a moment too soon, either. Because night will be upon us before too long. Okay. Our respawn point has been set. Not that we'll ever get to it, of course, because if we die out there, it is game over. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it seems we've not run out of daylight just yet. So, we'll make some tools and see what we can do. All right. Would appear that this day, at least, is coming to an end rather soon, so we won't go too far afield. But we can have a little bit more over here and see. Well, here's some lava. Be careful. Well, you know, I think we may as well just head back now. Better safe than sorry, as they say. Okay. Day 2. A new day is upon us. What shall we do with it? Well, I'm certainly interested in doing some mining today. What I don't know is where would be the best place to do so. Usually a cliff face is a good place to start, as we've seen, but there's nothing quite like that anywhere around here. Oh my. I say. This is rather dramatic. Oh. This is a, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we have found a true canyon here. This is, oh, I stand corrected. Clearly there is quite a lot of, mining opportunities in this area for those bold enough to seek them out. I'm sure I am bold enough to go down there at this point. And again, this is a more gentle way to approach. Still treacherous, though. We will have to be especially careful here, especially careful. Okay. With this stone, we may create a stone pickaxe, and we will need that to get this iron right here. that's our stone pickaxe done. Our first stone pickaxe is used up. And we got just about 2 full stacks of cobblestone out of that. Pretty good, I would say. Now let's see, because it can be somewhat hard to tell down here. Seems like we are at about midday, so we can continue. Now, I've not forgotten that food is going to be a major concern. We had ample food sources in our last world, not so here. That's going to be a much bigger challenge in this frosty and frigid landscape. Alright, that's our second pickaxe used up, and I think that's probably enough to head out, and let's head back before it gets too late. That was some good mining today, lots of stone. Tomorrow we'll get some more wood, and then it's home building time. And I'll want to find a location more permanent than our frozen forest here, as charming as it is, and it is very charming. Back to our igloo home. Yes, indeed. Night is falling. Alright. Day 2 is done, and I would say we've done pretty well ourselves. Now day 3 begins, and what I want to do now is go back into the forest and get some more wood. With the cobble we already have, and a fresh stockpile of wood, we will be at liberty to build wherever we please. And even before that, there's a more immediate concern: food. There hasn't been very much of it in this forest, and food is now clearly becoming an issue. So, finding food and a warmer climate will be one of our top priorities here today. Now, the remarkable form of let's unfortunately, none of this translates into what is thing to hunt. Without food, this hardcore run may be very short-lived indeed. There will be something where that become clear. What's this? Well, here we have a relic. Most interesting. But sadly, any absence, so the food continues. Oh, thank you, chat. Thank you, chat. I'll head back to the portal. Now, I could eat these rabbits, but catching them is a pain, and I cannot currently sprint. Okay, well we have some armor here. Fire charges, obsidian. Remarkable. And yet still... Well, we saw some rabbits a moment ago. But they are fast, and I cannot currently sprint because of the lack of food. I wonder, can I eat these pumpkins? Evidently not. So, ladies and gentlemen, our search for food continues. But then again, I've been out here so long, maybe I should head back. I don't want to get caught out here. And there's no guarantee that if I go any further, food will present itself. I may just have to do that, Chad. I may just have to try for some apples. But first, let me see if I can find my way back home. Because if I get stuck out here, that's its own problem. And I admit I have gone than I originally intended. Thank you very much, Chad. I very much appreciate it. Hopefully I can make good on my sincere desire to survive, and we'll find our way out of this frozen landscape. Oh, good news. I have at least found my way back, so that is something. Although we are no closer to our objective so long as I'm without any reliable food source. Or indeed any food source at all. Well, it appears the day is about 2/3 done. We did some good exploration, but alas, still no food. Now, I don't want to risk going so far again with so little time left in the day, but we can explore a little bit this way to see if this offers us a path to a more fertile environment. Let's try these leaves for some apples. Well, we got some saplings, but sadly, no apples to speak of. And it's nighttime once again. We'd better head back. Uh-oh. Some monsters are already out. Fortunately, our home, our igloo, is right over here. Well, chat, wouldn't eating rotten flesh just make me sick? Would that actually restore my health? This is a conundrum. It's becoming increasingly clear I can't stay here, but I have no idea where I can go. Anywhere is a risk. But I think it's clear that if I'm going to survive, I have to get out of here at all costs. So, for that reason, I'm taking extreme measures. I am now taking extreme measures. We are packing up, and we are going to leave. And I don't know where we're going. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to get out of here. We have to get out of the frozen tundra. So we're packing up, and we're leaving. Thank you, Igloo, for providing shelter for these first few days, but if I'm going to survive, I have to go. Okay, well, you know what? Let me ask you, chat, what direction do you think I should travel in? Should I travel this way to the back of the igloo, this way out the front, or either side? What seems most promising to you, chat? I'll let you pick my next direction, since everywhere seems to be mainly just more frozen. Deeper into the forest, back where I came from, where I spawned from, or back towards the glaciers. Okay, well, it seems like chat is saying we should head back into the forest, back towards spawn. So, I will do that. We will go back to the spawn. And hopefully, we'll find some food along the way. Otherwise, I may be in dire straits. Can I eat these mushrooms? Not on their own. Okay, so here is the ice lake that we saw earlier. We'll head back in this direction. Oh, yes. Yes, here they are. Here we go. Oh, yes, we desperately needed that. Wonderful. Are there any other cows around here? Okay, we'll keep moving. What is this? Chat, you are absolutely right. There is more food in the forest. Here are some chicken. There we go. Alright, that is exactly what we needed. So we got some beef, got some chicken. Let's keep rolling. The warmer the climate seems to get, that's a good sign. If we can find some good high ground, we can... Oh, what's this? Oh, some foxes. How darling. Some high ground on this side. I want to at least find a clearing or something, a suitable place to stop. But all I'm seeing is more and more and more forest. Oh, well, here's some pork at least. Okay, well, we're making our way in the direction of the high. I think we've now reached the time where we have to set up some shelter. So this is as good a spot as any. Let's build some shelter right here. We're going to need to build something that is defensible enough to survive what will be an inevitable onslaught of monsters at night. And so we turn to the tried and true method of just build a box. Build a cobblestone and wood box. It's not very glamorous, but it will work every single time. That will allow for a little bit of natural sunlight. There we go. Put our bed down right here. Put a furnace down. And now, what we have needed, we can cook up some of the meat we got. Excellent suggestion, chat. Excellent suggestion. Now we have what we need. And I would say that now, well, I would say the sun is about gone down. Let's see if we can turn in here. It seems we can. Alright, an excellent voyage, and our journey continues right now. Let's pack up our kit here. And let's keep on moving. Let's get the heck out of here. And here are some berries. Lovely. These berries will be very useful to us as we continue our journey. Alright, let's keep on trucking. The highlands still lie before us. Let us see what we have in front of us now. Yet more forest. Who would have guessed? Oh my. Now this is rather dramatic. Now, chat, would this be one of the lush caves that I've heard so much about? Because this is all rather dramatic. Remarkable. With lots of monsters hidden below as well. Well, we'd better head back up top. I don't want to dance with them. Our journey continues. Somehow, this never. This forest forever. Dear. Okay, my next target will be that hill over there. Let's see if we can do something with that. Is that a... Oh, wolves. Very nice. Well, sadly, I don't have any with me to tame them. I wonder, do they enjoy berries? Apparently not. Do they like chicken? Nope. Well, here's another pig. Okay, well, here is the tallest hill around, and yet there is no end in sight to this forest here. In fact, there's a frozen lake here. I certainly hope I haven't just gone in a big circle. That would be most disappointing. But it is rather hard to navigate when everywhere around looks more or less the same. Well, I'll admit, I'm at a crossroads here. I'm at a crossroads. I'm not sure what the next move is. That's a very good suggestion, chat. Just pick a warmer looking direction and move there. Well, we know it's not going to be that way, so we can try heading back this way, although I would have swore I just came from there, so it's all rather difficult to tell. But we'll set out again and see what happens. Although, before too long, more shelter will be the order of the day. Here's another tall hill. It gives us a decent overlook. But once again, we've walked right back into a snowy biome. Everything is snow. My word. Well, we're going for broke now, chat. We're going for broke. It is getting... to set up camp again down here, get back onto this mountain. So we are going to move quickly as we can, and hope for the best. If I can set up shop up here, I'll feel much better about that. Oh, chat, look at this. Look at this. Salvation of a certain kind, anyway. Civilization. To rest every head. And safety from monsters that come out in the night. I just need, shall we say, commandeer one. In this case, I can supply my own bed. Indeed. Security. This is wonderful. Wonderful news. And not a moment too soon, because I am out of places to do my own storage. Okay, well this is exactly what we needed to find at the exact moment we needed to find it. This is true hope at last. This village will be my new home base until I can find a way out of the wilderness. And perhaps that is what we're discovering. Is there any way to safely get down there? There we go. That was a... wasn't it? Glad we survived that. That was a big gamble, but it... And it would appear it exists at the edge of the never-ending forest. Massive down there. I have to be careful about that. And what is this? This will do very nicely. Lots of wood, a cave entrance, and a village. It's as good a spot as any to set up shop. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be, I think, where we build our very first base. This clearing marks the perfect spot. I would want it to be within sight of the village, since that is my main power base. I'm looking for any distinguishing graphical features like access to a water. That would be a good spot to set it up. Oh, look at this. This could just about do it. Let me head back towards the village, get my bed. And we will begin to build. Ladies and gentlemen, we will begin to build. We don't have much wood right now, but fortunately that is not hard to come by. In fact, I may even do some chopping here. Well, I'll need a fresh pickaxe, I think. Okay, here's my bed. Let's get a crafting table set up. And let's see about that new axe, that fresh axe. Might need a couple of these. That is a very good point. We don't want pillagers. We definitely do not want the pillagers. Let's get some more wood, because I also need some... I desperately need some storage. Storage is something that we very much need right now. Temporary storage. So, let me set up a chest here. Yes. There we go. This will be my temporary storage. I'll throw in here everything that I don't need right away. Alright, we got a couple new axes. We still have plenty of cobblestone, so let's go chop some trees. want to get a good amount of wood out of this. I know we're losing daylight here, so we'll head back pretty soon. Okay, that is plenty of wood. Let's head on back and tomorrow construction will begin. Now, which one was my home base? This place is rather confusing. Oh, here we are. Although, we'll have to get the villager out of the way. There we go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, with that, I think we can get to work. Now, we can't take everything with us right now. Haven't got the storage space for that. But I think we've got enough to lay down a foundation and get our own settlement started. Yes, this will do nicely. This will do nicely. Okay. Let's level this off, shall we? Well, so much for my wonderful shovel. Well, I suppose we shall have to replace it. Okay, this is the beginning. We shall build here. And it's always a good idea to start with a foundation of cobblestone. Where should we begin? Let's go to places on A. let's go ahead and get some more planks to create a nicer internal area. And we will keep this party rolling. Got our lovely spruce planks here. These will be very nice. You can see why it was so important to get all that wood yesterday, because we end up using quite a lot of it here. Alright. And now we just build up, and build out. Okay. Now we just fill in the blanks. And once we have the basic shape, we can add extensions and additions to it. Okay, well I think that's good for now. Let's go back into town and we'll advance to tomorrow and we'll take it from there. guys out of here. There we go. Alright, wonderful. We'll finish our basic construction, and then we will return to bring in all the rest of the stuff. Okay, and all of our walls are now filled in. Now all we have to do is give her a roof. And I think that's what we're going to do right now. Missed a spot. See, I told you we were going to need a lot of wood to do what we want to do. And sure enough, entire stacks of logs have been wiped out just like that. Okay, and just like that, we have our completed box. Now, it is rather dark in here, I must admit. Some torches would help with that. But I have no coal. So let me head back into town and see what we can do. There we go, a much safer way to get to and from the roof. Uh-oh. I should head back. I'm gonna head back. Okay. A new day means a fresh chance to make progress. Okay, with the roof fixed. Now, I'm hearing the sounds of some disgusting monsters, and I hope they haven't moved into my box. Oh my god, they have. Well... Oh, man. Huh. Well... This is a bit of a conundrum. Look at that. Monster Hunter, ladies and gentlemen. That is what I call a creative solution to the problem. Now, it has become increasingly clear that it is essential for me to get my new home here lit properly. We have to do something about this. So, I need to get some coal, is what I need to do. And in order to get some coal, I need to mine. So, let me see what I can do about that. Oh, that is a very good idea, chat. I should poke some holes, get some natural light, at least. Okay. There we are. Okay, so with that, we must set about making some torches, and indeed, if we can find some sand, is that some sand over there, making some glass for these windows. Some glass, the whole thing come together. Some sand for the taking, right? Wonderful. Let's get a bit more sand, I think. Well, if you look directly across the lake from where I am, what is that? Ladies and gentlemen, I did not notice this, but right next to where I'm building my house, there's another igloo. Well, look at that. Like it was meant to be. I hadn't even noticed this before that. Break the carpet, secret lab. Oh my goodness. Chat, should I go down the hatch? This is... I never noticed the hatch before in my first igloo. Is it a trap, chat? Yes, it is a trap? Possible friend. Okay. Okay, chat. Well, I'm listening to you. So let's go down and see what's inside. Oh my. Oh. There's a choice. I have a choice. The villager or the zombie villager. Okay, well the chat is saying save him. Splash the potion. Feed the chest contents. Well, in here I've got a golden apple. Splash potion of weakness. Splash the potion. Okay, so I should splash the potion on the zombie villager and then feed him the apple? Okay. Very well. Do I have any other food? Let me eat some more berries at least. Okay, so my instructions are I'm supposed to splash the potion and feed him the apple to the corrupted one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I hope I can pull this off. Okay, well, I guess I should leave now, and I'll come back when he's cured. Oh, thank you, chat. I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing what this achievement is. Okay, well, it's nighttime again, but the good news is I have an igloo right here. Easy peasy. In fact, from here I can start cooking up some sand to make the glass that we need. Shall we check on our test subject while that cooks? Still in a state of some agitation. Indeed, yes, I'm very excited about that. Although I was never the potion specialist in our friend group when we were playing on a realm together. I never really knew what to do with it. But I suppose I can always learn. Well, while that works, we can come back to the house that I'm building here. Oh my. Another one dead. Oh, there's the achievement. Zombie Doctor. Well, I suppose that's me. Glad that I can help someone in need. Alright, well, we'll head back down in the hatch and we'll see what's going on. Well, here he is, cured. Although he's taken up no profession. If I were to let him out of his cage, would he become an alchemist of some kind? Perhaps that's the solution. Well, you're free, my friend. Ah, He's become a leather worker. Remarkable. Well, I have some leather back at the village. I can get an emerald for that. I think I may just do so. But first, let me check on our coveted glass. See how that's doing. Yes, very happy to have made my first friend of a villager. I saved his life. That's always a pretty good feeling. Oh yes, that is a very good question. Who trapped him in the secret igloo lab and had all the tools with tips on how to cure him but never tried? That's an excellent question. And I'm sure there are some Minecraft lore masters out there who would be more than happy to answer that question, but I'm afraid I simply couldn't say. Perhaps he was an experiment gone wrong. Okay. All right. All right. How do we feel about that? That looks a little bit nicer, doesn't it? Yeah, I know it starts as just a box, but it can be so much more than just that. And that's what I hope to do. That is what I hope to do. Oh, thank you, chat. I know it's just a very simple cobblestone and wooden plank structure, but that's always how it starts. That's just the beginning. That is just the beginning. let's head on back. Here's our friend, doing well. Alright, well, let's take our operations over to the big house, shall we? proper stairwell to get to the roof. Things are looking up already, I would say. For some added security. Alright, we're going to have a lovely sunroof to get all of that great natural sunlight in. That is what we need. Okay, now how about that for a real roof, a proper roof? Here we go. Close my trapdoors so that we're totally safe. And that looks fantastic. Now, doesn't that look so much better? You see, I know when you see the wooden and cobblestone box, you think, oh, that's kind of basic, but there's so much you can do with the wooden cobblestone box. So much you can do. And I'm very excited about it. And remember, folks, this is just the beginning. There is a lot that can be done with this to build this out. Look at that. Lovely big picture windows. That is a beautiful thing. In fact, what I think we can do, let me try this. We should have just enough glass to make it work. Yes. Now that is tremendous. That is tremendous. Well, folks, all that remains to do, I think, is to get the bed in here and get everything moved in. And we have got an excellent start. An excellent start. Thank you. Beautiful, cozy, and very scenic, too, I think, with this overlook of the water. Lovely. Oh, there goes my shovel. now I've got a nice domesticated path all the way up to my igloo as well. So the igloo is just an official annex now of the house. Okay, well, let me go get the bed, and we'll head back to the village one more time and bring our stuff back. Okay. Now let me get some chests set up here. I'm not going to need all of this snow. I can get rid of that. All right, let's establish our storage. Let's establish our storage over here. How about that? Okay, I think we're burning daylight on today. I'm not sure if I should head back now to the village. I can probably make it back if I leave now. You know, this blast furnace could be useful. I think I'll take it. Alright. I'll take the lantern, too. Alright, well, I want to say thank you to this humble abode. Served me very well, allowed me to survive in my most desperate hour. And I suspect this will probably be the last time I come over this way. Not to the village, of course, just this one house. I'll definitely be back to the village. Here it is, home sweet home. A home of my very own. And you've all seen it be assembled and constructed in real time. I'm so proud of that. Those snowballs are all still there. Now that is properly cozy. I know, I've got some lovely flowers along here as well. This place is starting to feel like home. Okay, well, everything's been moved over. And look at what we've done. From being stranded in a completely frozen tundra, a completely frozen forest that went on forever, to embarking on a incredibly dangerous journey into the unknown, to finding this village, picking out this spot, and building this house, which has now become a home, up from the very foundation stones. You know, I'm so proud of how this has all turned out. This has been a wonderful first excursion into this new Minecraft world. And I learned a lot, too. As you'll recall from the beginning of this stream, I was feeling pretty good about that first world I was in, only to die, and be unable to return since this was hardcore. And I wasn't sure how deep I would get into my second run. And despite this one being considerably more challenging, I learned from that first hardcore experience, and now look at this. Look at this. This is wonderful. And I think perhaps my greatest accomplishment, and this was an accomplishment that was only possible thanks to you, chat, you have been wonderful throughout this whole stream, chat, is not only have I built a new life here on the edge of the water, but I've saved a life. And that's all down to you, chat. So, I think this is an excellent opportunity to wrap it up. It has been a wonderful stream. Thank you all so much for being a part of my very first stream here. I think this was a great one, a great way to have my first ever stream. You know, coming back to Minecraft, it's always a lot of fun, you know. All that nostalgia, it all comes rushing back. And, you know, I've had such a good time doing this here today that I just know that there will be more streams after this. This will be the first, but certainly not the only. So, with that, I think I'm going to wrap it up here and say thank you all so much for watching. And, yes, we will speak to you again very soon. Alrighty. Goodbye, everybody.